Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today's video is sponsored by DistroKid. For those unfamiliar, DistroKid is a service that musicians use to get their music into Spotify and Apple Music, iTunes, all the online stores and streaming services. They offer a ton of really cool features, one being they get your music onto TikTok. We all know TikTok has become a massive platform for music discovery. Tons of artists are breaking off of it and going viral and all these things. So if you want your music on TikTok, DistroKid's got you covered. Just follow the link in the description of this video. You get a discount on your first year's fee and you support Chad's Home all at once. So shout out to DistroKid. And without further ado, here's my interview with Donna Borges from AltAngeles. Enjoy. Hey everyone, welcome back to Chad's Home. Before we get started, a quick shout out to Topo Chico. As always, you guys are the best. And today I have a special guest by the name of Donna Borges. Donna is a jack of all trades in the music scene. She's a journalist, a manager, a concert promoter, radio show host, photographer, playlister, everything, and all while being a student, which is just insane. And yeah, she's a very important voice in the SoCal indie music scene. A couple years ago, she started the publication AltAngeles, and I've personally discovered a bunch of great bands through that platform, as I know many others have. So yeah, Donna, I'm just a fan of everything that you do, and thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So are you originally from LA?
Yeah, I grew up in Rancho Cucamonga, which is like an hour outside of LA. So I was always going to shows like in LA, Orange County, you know, the whole Southern California thing.
Yeah, shout out to the IE. I'm from Corona, so I'm like right there. Yeah, so what like got you into music when you were growing up?
Well, my dad's always been super into music, so I grew up listening to like all of like the classic rock type stuff. He was also super into like Kings of Leon and Red Hot Chili Peppers and things like that. So I grew up kind of in that realm of music. And as I got older, I started getting into the indie bands like Arctic Monkeys and Hippocampus and all those kind of bands. And yeah, just since then, I just keep finding more and more music.
Nice. Okay. So throughout high school, kind of, you just like fell in love with it?
Yeah, pretty much. All of my friends were super into like the same kind of music. We'd always go to shows together. We used to have like, you know, like Tumblr and stuff.
Right.
Blogs dedicated to different bands and stuff. So yeah, it's been a very big part of me growing up.
Nice. Do you remember some of your favorite artists? You mentioned a few of them, but like when you were growing up, what like did you obsess over any artists?
Yeah, definitely.
As we all did.
Like I said, like Arctic Monkeys, The Strokes. Me and my friends were super into Hippocampus, Cage the Elephant, The Neighborhood, all those kind of bands. And then like more recently, we've been really into like more of the local bands like Fashion Jackson and The Licks and those kind of bands. So
Nice. Yeah. Did you like drive into LA to go to like the Smell and stuff, or were you going to like backyard stuff in Rancho Cucamonga?
honestly, we would go to like the Constellation Room was a good one. But yeah, like I would make my parents drive me places. Drop me off at shows before I could drive, and then as soon as I could drive, I was driving all over the place to go to different shows.
Nice. Yeah. So when did you decide this is something you wanted to do like professionally?
Well, I think it was junior year of high school. Me and my friend Allison were kind of talking about like bands like Hippocampus that we kind of watched grow from being really small bands and how we wish we could do something to help other bands like them grow. And so we kind of had like the rough idea of AltAngeles and like starting a blog. Like we both like to write. We were good at writing things kind of like that. And so we kind of came up with the idea of it, but we didn't actually start it until after my freshman year of college.
Got it. Okay. So were the Tumblr pages were kind of like the first intro
Yeah,
almost?
yeah, pretty, yeah.
Nice. Okay. Do you remember what was like one of the bands that you featured in the very beginning of AltAngeles?
And our very first interview was the Shakes.
Oh, cool.
Interviewed them like in June 2018, and I've been in touch with them ever since, and like I've loved watching them grow. They've been on like K-Rock Locals Only, so that's kind of cool.
Dang, nice.
They're one of those that I always think of and I'm proud of.
Nice. Yeah. So June 2018 is when AltAngeles officially launched.
It was like the end of May, so yeah, like
In
the summer.
Gotcha. Okay. And you've grown it to, there's like a bunch of photographers and writers that you work with, right? Like, how many
Mhm.
people do you have on a team now?
Under 20. I want to say like maybe like 15.
Dang.
Just people. Yeah.
Wow. That's really cool. And so you initially wanted to start it just to feature, I think I read something like a lot of local bands that weren't really getting a ton of press. Like you wanted to try and give them,
Mhm.
was that the reason why you started?
Yeah, pretty much. Just like, bands that, bigger blogs wouldn't necessarily pay attention to, that don't get like nice articles written about their music, that I think are talented and deserve that, just like
Hmm.
trying to help give them a boost, to get them more um, picked up by more people and people that can help them get farther with their career.
Yeah, for sure. And how do you find these artists?
Everywhere, honestly. I'm always digging through Spotify. Like friends will send me things, sharing playlists, things like that. Yeah, just coming across things everywhere.
Nice. Yeah. And so on the publication on Alta Angeles, I feel like there's a few different things that you do, right? Like you write about new music, you cover, review albums, you do interviews, you put together playlists, you throw shows, like you're doing all these different things within the platform. What's your favorite part of running Alta Angeles?
That's a tough question. I love all of it, but I think my favorite thing before COVID happened was just like booking shows and like having people come and like watch people have a good time from something that you put on, because like writing the articles is are like that's great, and I love hearing the artist feedback and stuff, but you don't really like see the like personal effect you're having on people like you do when a bunch of people go to a show and they get to see a band that they like and you're the one who put it on. It's very exciting.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's a very rewarding feeling.
Mhm.
I saw somebody say something about your writing. Yeah, I don't know if it was you that wrote it, but an artist like quote like retweeted something and said like this is the nicest thing that anyone said about my voice or stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I'm sure getting all those artist reviews back is probably pretty rewarding as well. Is that one of the best things about like the writing experience?
Yeah, for sure. It's really exciting, especially well, I think that band was this band Pink Shift from Baltimore, and they actually emailed me, and my friend Natalie wrote the article, and she's a great writer, and I know like I'll like send her stuff when people comment things to me about how great the writing is, and it always makes her super happy too. So
Yeah.
it's just nice to see everybody, like excited about their work and everything.
Yeah, for sure. So you feature bands like everywhere essentially. Like you've written about, it doesn't have to be like a LA band.
Yeah, we started more like SoCal, LA, but as we've grown, we've kind of just reached out to like any kind of like local bands from anywhere pretty much.
Gotcha. Nice. I know there's so much great music out there. And it's cool to kind of discover it in like all these interesting ways. But I feel like kind of a word of mouth thing is at least the way that I find a lot of artists. Like a friend will tell me about a band. And it's cool because I feel like your platform has grown that credibility to where it's almost like, oh, this is like a friend recommending me music. So like whatever you post is probably going to be good, you know? And
Mhm.
I think building that credibility is such an important part of running a publication.
Mhm.
And yeah, like was that kind of a difficult part of things? Like how long do you think it took before people were like, oh, like Donna has, these are good recommendations. I trust this kind of thing.
I honestly don't know. I haven't really thought about it like that. It's always just kind of been like stuff that I think is good and like that people around me think is good, and we're all kind of like just like big fans of all kinds of music. So I just kind of like go with my gut and like my ear and what I think sounds good. And I think it just kind of happened naturally. I don't know. I've been trying to keep things like consistent pretty much. Um, Not really switching up like genres or whatever. I don't know. Just trying
Right.
to stick with, stuff that I know that if people like me would like, basically.
Right, right. Yeah, that's good. Do you have a favorite genre of music?
It comes and goes. I really like indie rock, garage rock, that kind of stuff. More in the punk realm, but then I've also been listening to like 100 Gex, so I'm kind of going the
Mm,
hyper pop route now. I don't even
nice. Yeah, I feel like 100 gex are like pretty massive right now. I feel like a
know.
ton of artists keep talking about them. I need to get into them. I like still haven't really listened.
I know.
But
I remember I listened to their album like last year, and I wasn't too sure about it. And then like as quarantine rolled around, people kept talking about them. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna check it out again. And me and my sister, that's like all we listen to now.
oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, I definitely will check them out then. And so yeah, so throwing shows might be the best or like your favorite part. What's like the most challenging part of running Alt Angeles?
Probably just like keeping everything in order, like with myself and stuff. Cause like you said, like I'm a full-time student, like when school's in, it's just a lot of like keeping track of a lot of different things at once. So for me, it's just like avoiding getting burnt out and like sticking to things, being consistent, like trying my best to like keep everything organized and, not losing track of anything that I need to do.
Yeah. Jeez. I know. Your schedule must be so insane, but I'm sure it's fun, I imagine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely, I like it. So.
Yeah, for sure. And so right now, obviously, school's not in session because of COVID. Have you been able to just like discover a lot of music and like put more time into Alt Angeles during this downtime?
Yeah, for sure. That's like all I've been able to do pretty much. Yeah, I've just been, looking for new music, reaching out to people. I got on Submit Hub, which I just kind of found out about where people send you music. So I've been finding lots of music through that. But yeah, just spending a lot of time, with more long-term goals and stuff for
Nice.
the.
Yeah, that's great. And I saw that you did a couple of live streams as well, right? How's that experience?
Yeah, that was super fun. I did that with my friend Mac and her friend Hannah, who started this thing called Music to Meals, and they've been doing live streams to raise money for No Kid Hungry. So I reached out to them and I was like, hey, we should do live streams for different like Black Lives Matter type organizations. And so we put on three of those, and that was really fun.
Yeah.
Got a
And
lot of artists and stuff.
yeah, and I was gonna say, and you and raised quite a bit of money for
Mhm.
those organizations, which is amazing.
Yeah, it was
So
really exciting. I was very, very shocked at how many people actually donated and how much we were able to do. So that was really, really rewarding and
definitely.
exciting.
Yeah, it's such a good cause. That was really cool. And so do you have like a dream artist that you'd want to interview or feature on Alt Angeles?
Ugh, that's hard.
I'm sure there's many.
Honestly, like all of the bigger artists that I mentioned before that I was really into as a high schooler and stuff. Just like if I got to meet Alex Turner from Arctic Monkeys, that would be insane. I would love that. Yeah, just like those kind of bands would be super cool. Honestly, I can't think of any
Yeah.
right now. There's a lot,
I
so
know.
many that I
There's
grew up
tons.
to. I'd love to just talk to them and you know.
Yeah. Do you go to like a lot of big shows as well? Like, do you go see them at the Forum and stuff?
I used to. I did a lot last fall when I was interning for Live Nation because we could like get to work them and go for free and stuff. So I got to see a lot of cool bands through that. But I kind
Nice.
of used to when I was younger when my dad would take me, but not so much recently.
Yeah. They're expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have like a proudest moment of Alt Angeles over the course of the 2 years?
Mm, I don't know. Um, Not necessarily like one moment, but anytime anybody like, like tells me like what they think about it and how it's like affected them, it just like makes me excited and like I'm glad that I keep doing it and stuff because sometimes I'll get really tired and I'll get really like burnt out and stuff. But then when people like DM me and say like, "Oh my gosh, like I found my favorite band because of you," like you know, it makes it all worthwhile and it shows me why I started in the first place.
Oh yeah, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. So do you have a lot of plans to like you talked about throwing shows when
Mhm.
they come back? Is that going to be a focus of like 2021 for Alt Angeles?
Yeah, for sure. I was looking forward. I had a lot of shows planned for the summer, but then of course that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just am trying to get bigger shows, better shows, different venues, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, Once shows actually do come back, if any of the venues are around,
I know.
once shows come back, it's been stressful. I can't plan too far ahead without knowing what's going on. But yeah, that's definitely going to be a priority. Is just to do more shows and better events and stuff like that
Yeah, for sure. What's been your favorite show, do you think, that you've thrown?
that I've thrown. Last year's Phantom Fest was our Halloween festival that I did with Alyssa from Cosmic Bloom Booking. That was like the best night ever because everybody came in their costumes and everything was Halloween themed. And we like kind of put together like one of our favorite like local lineups that we could have even made, and it was just a lot of fun overall.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah. Do you work with her quite a bit?
Yeah, she's actually the one who kind of taught me how to book shows and stuff because I met her like right when she was starting Cosmic Bloom booking, and we liked all the same bands and stuff. And so yeah, she's been like a huge help and like a huge inspiration to me for throwing shows and stuff.
Nice.
Um, yeah, so she kind of started it all for me and AltAngeles booking.
Nice. That's great. Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you have you mentioned like bigger venues and things that you want to do. Do you have like a goal venue that you haven't booked yet?
Oh, I would love to book the Roxy. That would be
Hmm.
super cool. I have no idea how I would get in with Golden Voice, but that would be super cool. I was looking forward to doing more shows at the Moroccan Lounge
Hmm.
because I was talking to their people before all this happened. But yeah, I don't know. Any big venue would be super cool to book.
Yeah, for sure. Have you done the Constellation Room?
No, I never did the
Or
constellation room.
yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the Roxy would be cool. I interviewed the talent buyer there a
Hmm.
few weeks back, and that would be super fun. I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen with that venue. I really hope it sticks around. I think anything with Golden Voice or like with Live Nation, they're probably okay, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll see. But it'd be cool to do. I mean, just all these like local venues. I'm just worried about like the bootleg. I saw the Satellite went out, which
Yeah.
was the first show that I've thrown. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's a weird time for sure.
Yeah, it's super stressful. I'm like, also the factory is closing too, and that was one of
Right.
them that I was really looking forward to booking at some point too. I really liked it there. So yeah, it's been kind of a bummer. Hopefully they make it through, but who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. We'll keep fighting.
Yeah.
And do you have like a dream lineup
Oh
for
gosh.
like? Because of course there's like the forum lineup, right? That would be like
Yeah.
Arctic Monkeys and like.
Yeah.
But do you have like a favorite or a dream like Roxy lineup or something?
Hmm. This is hard. I would love to book Puzzle, which is Fletcher Shears from the Gardens like side project thing.
Oh, nice.
Super cool. He'd probably play the Roxy. I couldn't tell you.
That's a cool one.
But
Yeah.
that I don't know, that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Have you booked them before?
No, I haven't.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that would be super, super cool.
Yeah. Are they LA based?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. Nice.
LAOC based.
Yeah. And so you recently started a management company, right?
Mhm.
What's it called?
Yeah, Cool Mom Management.
Love the name. Love the name. And so why did you want to get into management? Just to get more busy?
Yeah, pretty much. Add more stuff to my plate. No, I don't know. I feel like management was like a good next step to like, I don't know, like doing the whole like helping smaller bands thing. And I've always like wanted that kind of relationship with a band, like being their friend, and like helping them with stuff, whatever. I'm very organized, so I feel like I would just do well as a manager.
Yeah.
And then also the band that I managed, Joy Noise, we actually kind of got closer over the last couple months, and I was thinking like, hey, they'd be great to manage. And I asked them one day, and they said yes. So, and then I started Cool Mom Management, and I'm a manager. So
That's awesome. That's great. And I love what you do because you also offer PR services, right? To just like independent bands. What's
yeah,
what's yeah, what's that all about? Like you help write their bio or like do press
yeah.
releases?
Like, yeah, exactly. Like bios, press releases. I've even added like photography because I mostly do show photography, but I can also do like portrait photography. So if people need like band photos, I was offering that. But yeah, I just figured that would be another great way to use like my ability to write and stuff to help bands. And yeah, it's been pretty cool. I've helped a couple bands,
Yeah.
wrote a couple bios.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's for any indie artist listening. That's such an important thing to have good press photos and to have a good bio,
Mhm.
to have a press release to send out to everyone when you have new music. So I would highly recommend hitting up Donna for that service. It's really really crucial. And so, are you looking to get more management clients or like bring on more people?
Yeah, that would be super cool. I had different ideas and stuff before all the COVID stuff happened, so I don't know. But yeah, I was thinking about adding more bands, depending what goes on with Joy Noise. So
Mm.
I'm always open to it. I guess it just depends, like what happens, what relationships I end up having with bands. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So what are you doing with Joy Noise right now? Are they just working on new music or?
Yeah, they actually just finished writing their first album, their debut album. So they've been working on like they're gonna start recording it soon, working on stuff for that, looking into ways to help promote that once they decide to put it out, which all
Mhm.
depends on when COVID ends, of course. So
Right.
yeah, they've
Right.
just been working on new music and you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Doing what they can,
Yep.
as most bands. uh, yeah. So what do you think like makes a good manager? Like, do you think that you're gonna come in mostly once the music's done and like helping the promotion of that? Because I know some managers are kind of like A&R focused and like help them with the music more than like actually helping with the promotion. It's like, what's
Mhm.
kind of your style?
I don't know. For me, I feel like it's more like the promotion stuff. I'm a marketing major at school, so I'm like really into like that kind of stuff, like the branding, like um how to like promote the album because I feel like I don't know, I'd want to work with a band that like I like personally and I think sounds good and like my goal would then be just to like help them like get it out there and like help them make decisions on like what would be the best way to get it out there, like whether that's talking to a label or like different marketing PR firms, things like that, just like helping them make the right decisions in that aspect.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. I agree. That's kind of my style too. And so then another thing that you do is a radio show, right?
Hmm.
What's for which station?
For KXLU
Yeah,
at LMU at my college, yeah.
that's
um,
great.
which it's been on hold because of COVID, of course. They've been doing automated programming, but hopefully I'll have my show back again in the fall when school starts. So,
Nice. How
yeah.
did you get that started?
You first start on the online radio KLMU. So I started that my freshman year of college, and I like wanted to go to LMU really bad so that I could be on KXLU.
Nice.
So I did that for like a year, and then if they like what music you're playing on the online one, then they'll offer you to apply to KXLU. So I was offered to apply, and I interviewed and everything, and they liked everything, I guess, and so they put me on there.
That's great.
So,
Yeah. Do you ever get nervous like knowing that you're going on air?
yeah, in the beginning, I was so nervous, but they make us do 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. shifts when you
Oh,
first
geez.
start out. So not a lot of people are listening to you. The people that are just grateful that somebody's playing music on air at that hour. So yeah, so that helped you get situated and help you get your nerves out, and then now I don't really think twice about it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That
it's been
that's
good.
cool. How much longer do you have in school?
This is gonna be my last year.
Nice.
So um, yeah,
Congrats.
all right, thank
Uh,
you.
so you mentioned you were interning for Live Nation. So after you graduate, I imagine you want to pursue this as a career.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Do you have an idea of like where you want to go?
I don't know. I'm thinking, of course, artist management or like working with a promoter like Golden Voice or Live Nation.
Hmm.
Not really sure yet. Um, but yeah, something in music, of course. That's everything I've been doing.
Yeah.
So that would be great if I could get a job in music after graduation. So
Yeah, for sure. I feel like your resume is pretty stacked, so I think you're gonna be all right.
I hope so.
And another thing, you have like a ton of great playlists on Spotify. Would you ever want to like work for them and be a
Yeah,
playlister?
that would be so cool. I love Spotify.
Yeah. Is that your
Yeah,
streaming service of
yeah,
choice?
100%.
Shout out to Spotify.
Spotify.
Yeah. So, for people just like I don't know, wanting to explore music and get into it, what kind of advice do you have for them?
My advice would be like be open to anything, go through Spotify, keep clicking the like fans also like thing and just listen to as many people as you can. Like things will find you. Spotify is great just because they recommend you so many things, kind of like cater to your taste and never be afraid to listen to new things. Like I never thought I'd like 100 gex, but here I am. That's all I listen to. So
Yeah, for sure. That's great advice. Yeah, I feel like just doing things is the most important thing. Like I feel like a lot of people get kind of scared or too in their heads about like actually trying stuff or too afraid to fail. But you're just a great example. You're doing like everything, and it's going to lead to such success. I'm sure of it. Um, so being both in this scene, kind of this like indie alt rock punk scene of Los Angeles, SoCal, it's going through a time of change, a time of accountability, of forward progression. And, you know, as we move forward, as the scene moves forward, what do you think, like, bands and fans and record labels and show promoters, what could everyone do to make sure that we progress forward and stay on the rails and make it a safe space for everyone and just move in the right direction?
Hmm. Yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot. I would say just like holding everybody accountable and checking on each other, making sure everybody's doing okay. Like fans, look out for your fellow fans in the pit, you know, like take care of each other. And also just having more diversity in shows, different kinds of bands, different like people on your crew, hiring more women, just more diversity and more accountability, I think is the best way to handle it.
Yeah, I think those are two of the most key things. I think accountability is just so important, and it's good to see that come out. I think that this will really lead to a lot of change. Honestly, I think that we're going to start seeing shows just be way safer spaces. I think bands are holding each other accountable. I don't think it's going to be as I don't know, like if you see something, don't say anything. Kind of like turn the other cheek. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. Hopefully.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think we're moving in a good way for sure. And I loved your statement. What you said was great. Of course.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask, what do you think about like, because I was talking to Beth Martinez, who is a great, she runs a great artist development company called Danger Village, and she's been running it for over a decade. And one of her kind of things that she was mentioning is that music is very much, there is like this boys club. So do you feel like that's kind of dismantling like that boys club? Like, do you feel like you're starting to get good opportunities as a woman running your own business?
Yeah, so far I haven't had too many issues with that. And I've been working with lots of women that run their own publications too. There's actually a lot of women that run lots of the like more online zine type publications, and so far no issues with that. Besides, lots of the time bands just assume that I'm a guy, and they're like, "Sup, man? Like, you want to check out our song?" And it's just kind of funny. That's not that big of a
Right.
but yeah, I haven't experienced it yet, but I also haven't gotten that far yet, and I know that it exists elsewhere for people. But I think it is changing. I think what we've been seeing the past few weeks with people holding each other accountable is going to help. And I can just tell like lots of the people that I work with are very open to upping diversity in that regard. So I think it's going to get better.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think so too. I'm right there with you. And so, yeah, in closing, what is like the best piece of advice that you've received from a mentor or somebody that you've worked with or whoever?
Probably just everybody who just told me like you should just do it, because like I'll
Hmm.
get in my head and be like, oh, but like I can't do that. Like I don't even know how to do it. And like the best advice that I've gotten and that I have to give is like if you want to do something, you should just do it. Like find a way to do it. And chances are like you're going to be successful and like you can figure it out and find a way to do it. Like, I didn't do AltAngeles for 2 years and then I launched it and then it's become something way bigger than I ever could have thought that it would be. So,
Yeah, love that. Yeah, so and going forward, what's next? Do you have anything in the plans? Or I know it's kind of tough with COVID, but do you have any more like live streams or anything that you'd want to announce or anything?
yeah, I'm thinking about doing more live streams. I have a couple ideas for that. We're also going to try to do like a biannual print publication and
Oh,
actually
cool.
like a big physical magazine. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty much all we've been working on though, for the time being. But yeah, I've been wanting to do a physical magazine for a while. So that should be coming up soon in the next
Nice.
couple of months.
That's a great idea. I would definitely purchase one. I feel like a lot of people would. That's a
I
great
hope.
idea.
Yeah.
And I wanted to actually mention one more thing. You did this really cool thing with Lacquer with like AltAngeles TV, like a
Mhm.
YouTube thing. It was like a day in the life
Mhm.
that you worked with Robert on.
Mhm.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Robert.
Yes.
And are you going to be doing more of that? Like, I know that kind of you can't
Yeah.
right now, but that was such a cool idea.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been wanting to do the YouTube for a long time too. And then I kind of planned a lot of it over like my winter break, and we did that one, and it was great. And then once school started, I got caught up in that again, and I thought I would have more time over the summer, but then we've kind of held off on that for now while the pandemic's going on. But if things start to get better, I would love to do more of those. That's been something I've really wanted to do. So
Nice.
yeah, I guess we'll see what happens in the
Nice.
next.
Yeah, that's great. So we have a lot to look forward to with AltAngeles, which is
For sure.
always exciting.
Yeah.
And do you have any other things you wanted to shout out or mention? With your socials and everything, I'll tag everything in the description of the video with Cool Mom and AltAngeles. But yeah, is there anything else you wanted to like shout out or?
Um, I don't know. The only thing that I can think of is that a lot of people are watching my TikToks, which I never thought I would be a TikToker. So we do have a TikTok.
That's
It's
awesome.
I don't know. That's the only thing. I didn't expect anything to get attention, but things are. So if anybody's interested in watching me point and show you bands, like you can go follow us there.
That's so cool. I love that. Is that didn't like I think I saw like Butter tweet that like a bunch of
hmm
people discovered them.
Yeah,
Did that?
I did like a jazz inspired indie bands you should listen to type thing. And it
Nice.
has like over 100,000 views now, and like
Oh
people
shoot.
like asking for a playlist and stuff. And I was like, I don't even know what to do about that because I did not expect anything to happen, but it did. So I'm gonna be posting more, try to keep up with the algorithm and people paying attention and stuff.
Right.
But yeah,
Dang. Shout out. You're a TikTok influencer now.
I know, I guess so.
Congrats. Awesome. Well, yeah, Donna, thank you so much for taking some time. Thank you for coming on the show. You've always just been so kind to Chats Home from the very beginning when I first started it. You were always supportive and always helping. And yeah, just thank you for being a friend and for being such a good voice of this music scene.
And thank you for having me and for supporting me and all my stuff too. Like, I really appreciate having like, those connections and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. We got to raise each other up.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Donna. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon.
Cool.
All right,
Thank you.
bye.